Hi and welcome to the very late June update. I apologise now if there's lots of interruptions from cats, but I've got a lot to show you, and when I get anything out the cats just think it's all for them to investigate, so there you go. So I'm going to show you the whips, stash, and I'm going to do 2 tags as well, so I'm going to try and get through it as quickly as possible, and Poppy wants a stroke. So we'll do whips first of all. So I've had one new start because I did finish the Mirabilia, which I showed in the last one, and I wasn't planning on starting anything else, but these things kind of happen, but I'll get to that in a minute. First of all, my Heaven and Earth. I shall insert a picture of what it looked like the last time you saw it now. And this is what it looks like now. It's kind of hard for me to pick up. Oh, still doesn't look like anything, but I promise you it is coming on. I finished off page 2 and page 3. I also did page 4. I've more or less finished page 5, and I've done a little bit on page 6. So that's my Heaven and Earth, and I'm loving it. Then we have the Storytime sampler. That's coming along really well. So I think the last time you saw it, I don't think I'd even done May's block, but I've done May, June and July. On May, the only change I made was in the grass, because apparently there's no grass in Kansas. June, I don't think I made any changes to Peter Pan. I just put some of the blending filament in the hook, and then in July I put blending filament in the castle, and also in the band on her hair and the necklace around her neck. That's Lady of Shalott. I don't actually know that poem. It's a poem, not a book, but yeah, but that's the Storytime sampler. I have actually bought another new start, the Christmas Mystery Village Stitch Along. I've got the PDF, well, the introductory part of the PDF. I have actually ordered a kit. Now, when I first placed the order for the PDF, I didn't realise that you could buy a kit because I rushed through it. Anyway, I realised afterwards, but by this time they'd sold out, so the kit is actually on back order. And I've ordered the Notions case as well because that was on back order as well. Next, where is it? The Halloween one, the Stony Creek one that I'm doing, which is also sort of a stitch along. It's a free pattern every month for 4 months. There was June, July, August and September. So the last time you saw it, I'd done June's, which was that. Not showing this very well, but I've now done July as well, which didn't go quite according to plan, but I don't think you can tell where the mistakes are. So that's that so far, and I have ordered the one for July, so as soon as that arrives I'll do that, because with the stitch along I do like to keep on top of it. Now my new start, why do I feel like I've got another one somewhere? Just can't think of. I don't know. My new start, it's for the stocking stitch along in the Cross Stitch It's Fun group. And this is the one I'm doing. I apologise for the glare. It's a Dimensions Gold one. Not the easiest chart in the world to follow. I've only literally just started this. I'm going to let me put that behind it. And that's all I've done of it so far. But so typical dimensions, you know, using different amounts of strands of thread, but it's on 16 count Ada. And I'd forgotten how horrible working with Ada out of a kit is, because I've got so used to me even weaves and hand dyes now. It's horrible. I did start off using the needle that came with it, which was just a cheap needle. I think it was size 24, but I've now switched to a gold size 26, which is a bit better, but then not very easy when you've got like 4 strands in it, and it's hurting my fingers because I've got arthritis in them anyway. But yeah, it's got all the fabric with it to make it up into the you know, the stocking. And I'm actually finding, you know, the dimensions of the long things with that they give you with where the cotton's stuck on, I'm not finding it a problem, to be honest, because all I'm doing is just pulling out 1 strand at a time, and it does pull out quite easily, so I've not had too much of a problem with that. Haul, not that much. The fabric pack came for the Fairy Melody, which was the Heaven and Earth I bought. So that came. I got the frame, the big frame for the Halloween one to go in. That'll be the size of it when it's finished. So no back on it again, but I'll have to back it with some brown paper. Now I did do a video. My kit for my chatelaine came, and I did do a video of me unboxing it, but I deleted it by mistake. So I'm not doing it all again. But I did opt for the black fabric, which is crazy, I know, but I'm sure it'll look fab. I'm sorry if I'm rushing through this, but it's just I'm aware I've got a lot to do and I don't want the video to drag on too much. I got 4 new needle minders from No More Lost Needles on Facebook. I got a little ladybird, or ladybug as you call them in America. This one says, "A stitch in time can save your mind," and I'm sure we'd all agree on that one. Got a beautiful butterfly. I'm sorry about the glare on these as well. And then I like this one. This is a stitchy bug. A stitchy bug. My mum got one as well, hers was different to that. Oh, and then this is beautiful. It's my fabric of the month from Jodyri Designs, which is Pink Elephants on Parade. And every month I keep saying I think this one's my favourite, and I think this one's my favourite. Well, it's the opalescent that I go for, and the 28 count. Well, it doesn't do it justice on the camera at all. But that's that. And that I joined the Thread of the Month club as well, so that is also Pink Elephants on Parade, which is beautiful. Oh, charts. I bought 1 chart for myself, and my mum got 2 as well. One I bought her and the other one she bought herself. Sorry, my legs are going to sleep. They're from Nikki, who used to work at Heaven and Earth Designs. Sorry too, the cats are playing in one of the bags. She's set up her own company now. At the moment she's just on Etsy, but there will be a website coming in the very, very, very near future. Literally the next couple of weeks. And I've lost it. Where's it gone? Right, so the one I bought myself, when it loads, is this one. It's called, let me see if I can zoom in a bit. It's called Christmas Village, and it's really big. They're all full coverage like the Heaven and Earth ones, and they are legal and copyright, you know, she's done the proper thing with the copyright and everything, because I wouldn't be buying from her if she wasn't. And isn't that gorgeous? I like the shape of it as well because it's long and narrow. But on 25 count, it's 76 centimetres by 27.6. What's the stitch count? I know it's got stitch count somewhere. Is it on the next page? Roger's just running around with the bag on his head. Ah, here we go. It's 750 stitches wide by 272 high. Yeah. And then, oh, see, I'm no good with these things. How do I get back to the beginning? Oh, because I want to show you the, oh, that was it. The charts that my mum got. This was the one that she bought herself. So also from Nikki at Charting Creations. And this one's called Morning Glories and Finches, because Mum loves her birds and she loves daisies, which has got some daisies on. Isn't that gorgeous? And then the one I bought for her which when I showed it on my vlog, I think a few people ended up buying it. And it's called Up and Away, which is hummingbirds. Doesn't it look like 3D though? It's beautiful. She's done a really good job of converting these charts. Gorgeous. Are you having fun there? Yes. Right, tags. And I need this again. I have to put my glasses on, I'm sorry. Right, the first one I'm going to do is Cindy Fisher's Unnormal tag. So, what is the strangest place you've ever stitched? Nowhere, because I don't go anywhere. Like when I was younger, I did take it to school a couple of times. But I mean, I used to get bullied at school anyway, so it just gave the bullies something else to have a go at me for. But other than that, I've stitched in hospital when I was in hospital, like hospital waiting rooms, and also in the ambulance bay at the hospital waiting for my ambulance home. Other than that, just at home. What is your next favourite hobby after stitching? That's gaming. Especially like World of Warcraft is my favourite game. But I also play... What else do I play? God, the cats are going nuts here. Hey, don't... That's my... Sorry, Poppy's chewing that frame I just got out. Yeah, what else do I play? I like Farming Simulator. And I used to play The Sims. I loved The Sims 2. Sims 3 was alright, but I can't get into The Sims 4. I have got it and all the expansions so far, but I don't know, but it's mainly World of Warcraft, but I have very little time because it's just all my time's just taken up with stitching. So, to smoke or not to smoke, not smoke. Never have smoked, never even had a puff of a cigarette and never will. It's just not for me. And also my gran, my mum's mum, she had severe breathing problems due to smoking, and if you needed, like, you know, if you needed, what's the word I'm looking for? Well, if you needed to see a reason not to smoke, it was my gran. And also she was one of 7, and there's only one left now, and they've all died from smoking relating diseases. And my granddad, who I never met, he died before I was born. He died of lung cancer as well due to smoking. So no. It's the quick and easy thing. No, I never have. What is your favourite social media to share stitching on? Facebook. I share mainly on the Cross Stitch It's Fun group, but I do have an album on my, on my own Facebook page. I do have an Instagram account, but I keep forgetting. To post there. So it's Facebook. Do you or have you ever model stitched? No. I have thought about it, but because stitching is something I love, I don't want to have to feel pressured. You know, if I want to have a day off to play World of Warcraft, then I can. And also, I don't want to stitch something that I don't like, because I'm quite aware that I'd say the vast majority of people, the kind of styles they go for, isn't my thing. And I don't want to have to stitch on something that I don't like and feel pressured to stitch it. And also, I've got so much of my own stuff. I just want to stitch my own stuff, basically. Wash or not to wash? I always used to wash, but then I stopped doing, just out of fear, basically. I'm sorry that I'm so low down, but my legs are going to sleep. Now, my Heaven and Earth that I'm doing will definitely be washed, because, well, I mean, I have gridded the fabric with the pen, which I've never gridded before, and I don't think I ever would again, to be honest. But also, I think because it's something I'm going to be working on for a long time, it's going to be filthy by the end of it. So, and it's DMC, so it should be fine. Obviously, I'd never wash anything that was hand-dyed fabric or hand-dyed threads. Which digital program do you use for stitching? I don't, because I'm a paper person, but I mean, as you've seen, I was showing you charts then. I do use Foxit simply for downloading PDFs, but I always print them off, and I always work from paper copies. I'm just old-fashioned, I think. What do you do with your finishes? I don't know. Like, some of them, like, I frame, like, I'll ask my mum to frame them because she's really good at framing. The very odd one I get professionally framed, but the Mirabilia, it'll be the first one in years, and I mean years and years, that I've had professionally framed when I get round to doing it, because I have to rely on my carer to take me, which is not at the time. Recently she's been busy. I give a lot away, so I hope they frame them. And the rest that I don't know what to do with, I put in the portfolio that I did a video on recently that it was my mum's idea. So they're on a portfolio now. Yeah, so that was that one. Thank you, Cindy, for that. I shall put the questions and try and link the video. I can't remember which video it was in, but I'll try and link that below. Now the next one is the Joy of Cross Stitch tag, which was started by Cindy at Crazy Cat Sonia at Crazy Cat Creations, or Cat Crazy, I'm butchering it, I'm sorry, I'm really sorry, Sonia. Cat Crazy Creations, there, I've said it. Right, and I really like these questions. Number one, how did you learn to stitch? So excuse me looking down, but I've got the questions on my iPad. I pretty much taught myself. My parents bought me a long stitch kit, Christmas 1989, 1988 even, and I taught myself, you know, I did that, and then I really enjoyed doing that, and my auntie had sort of dabbled in cross stitching, and she'd found this kit that she really liked, but she knew she wouldn't have time to do it, so she asked my mum if she thought I would like to do it because I'd enjoyed the long stitch. So mum said yes. So she sent it to me and I did it. The only thing I think she said was, like, I'm assuming she must have said about doing your crosses all the same way. I can't really remember. And she did actually tell me about the loop method, which we didn't know then was a loop method. I don't even know how she found out about it, but she just said, you know, not to knot the fabric, not to knot the thread, and to use the one strand doubled over. Yeah, and I just really read the instructions. I was only 10. I read the instructions and did it myself. And then when I finished it, like, to say thank you, she bought me a little kit which was actually on linen. It was a little rabbit on linen. And that was it. After that, I've been hooked. I mean, she doesn't do it, you know, she never did it again. I was hooked after that, and then I don't think it was all that long after I'd started doing it, my mum decided to do it as well. Yeah, so that was a bit long. Have you ever taught anyone how to stitch? I've tried, but nobody's stuck to it. You know, I did try showing one of my nieces, or maybe both of them, but they're not interested. I did try showing a friend once, but I don't think she ever bothered. Because I know my mum started after I did, but I wouldn't say I really taught her because she just picked it up herself, I think. I probably gave her a few pointers. I can't remember, to be honest. It was so long ago. When you stitch, do you like to watch TV, listen to music, or just have quiet? I tend to like TV on. I'm not really a TV watcher. There's no programmes I follow as such. In fact, is it Monday today or Tuesday? If it's Tuesday, I've just remembered I've missed a program. It's Tuesday. I've missed a programme from yesterday. I do watch Under the Dome, but I can watch it. It'll have recorded on my TiVo box. But I just mainly have Floss tube on in the background, or I stick my DVD box sets on, like the Flying Doctors or Prisoner Cell Block H, or something like that. Or I do have audiobooks, which the man from the library comes every fortnight and brings me 2 audiobooks, so I listen to those. I find I can stitch better with the audiobooks, really, because I guess I'm not looking up as much, because when you're watching FlossTube and somebody says, and here's my latest whip, obviously you're like, oh, you know, have a look, because you don't want to miss it. So I probably get more stitching done with audiobooks. I don't like total silence. I think whether it's because I live on my own, I don't know, but apart from when I'm sleeping, I have to have perfect silence when I was saying that though, no, I can sleep through anything. But when I go to bed, I tend to like silence. Oh, I'm rambling again. Right. When you use a kit, which company or companies do you like best? Love Dimensions Gold. I've got loads and loads of Dimensions Gold. I don't like the charts, I must admit. I don't like the way that they chart them. But I just love their designs because they're so detailed and it's just so pretty. So I've got a ton of Dimensions Gold kits. in my stash. What's your favourite designs to stitch? I like scenes really, and I love Christmas, you know, Christmas scenes, but just scenes in general. Funnily enough, because I'm a crazy cat lady, you'd think I'd like stitching cats, but I don't think I've ever actually stitched a cat. I do have one of the Dimensions Gold kits I've got is kitty litter. I do have that in my stash, but I don't. Oh, and my friend Linda, Stitching Korea, sorry I just dropped a magnet, she did buy me a cat kit, a cat pattern. I've got that in my stash, and of course I love my butterflies, and I do have a few butterfly patterns, and I've got another one on the way, another 2 on the way actually. Naughty. And on the whole it's mainly scenes I enjoy. Where are, oh, iPad's going off. How do you get ideas or inspirations for your projects? I don't, because I'm just so unimaginative, you won't believe it, completely unimaginative. So I just stitch what's on the chart. So how do you store or keep your charts? They're mostly, well, all like my Heaven and Earths and Tilton Crafts and things like that. I think I showed you in one video, they're all in a binder. I do have a few that I've still got on the PD, you know, on the Foxit, which I've not printed off because they're just little ones. So I've got a few on there, and then I have a load of like my kits that are in a great big huge plastic box in one of my wardrobes. Do you stitch for yourself or give to others? Sort of 50-50 really. I'd say I probably stitch more for others than myself, because of, like, you know, cards and things like that. And sometimes I'll stitch something just, well, because I stitch just for the sake of, I enjoy stitching. And then if somebody likes it, you know, if somebody comes and says, oh, I like that, then I give it them. So yeah, half and half I'd say really. When you take your cross-stitch projects in the car to appointments or travelling, how do you carry all your supplies? I should have got it out. I've got a little blue DMC travel bag. I've also got the bigger gold bags, which I've got here. That was handy. These are my favourite, and in fact, because somebody who I know who lives near me has found me a needlework group. Yay! So I can't start going till September because they finish for summer, but I shall be taking one of these with me then. I've got a couple of these, which I've got lots of pockets in, and they open up, and see, I've got a box there with some of my bobbins in. So yeah, either that or my tiny little travel bag, which I used to take to my appointments, which is probably about a third the size of this one. And last about and not least, what do you enjoy most about stitching? Well, I could be here all day on this one, but I think just to make it brief, I just enjoy seeing a picture come to life. You know, you start off with a blank piece of canvas and you end up with a beautiful picture on it. But also for the therapy, you know, because I spend a lot of time, don't put your claws on that, no. I spend a lot of time on my own, and I can just sit and stitch, and my mind will wander, and before you know it, a few hours have passed, you know, and you don't even realise. So I think I could go on about this for ages, but I think just to be brief, I'll say just to see the picture come to life on a blank piece of canvas and therapy. Yeah. So that's that. That's a brilliant tag, that, Sonia. I will link that, and I'm sorry I butchered your name and your channel name. I do apologise. Right, the last thing is another giveaway, because I said there would be one each month. So I randomly chose 3 things before I started. So same rule applies. Please be a subscriber. So if you are watching and you've not subscribed, please press the little subscribe button, and also give me a thumbs up as well, because we like thumbs up. So the first one that I am giving away, so this is number 1, is called Caught Napping, and this is actually a cat one. This one was well, my mum's originally, but then she gave it to me, but this one will be going. And it's a full kit. I don't think it's ever been opened. I'll just cover up the chart. It's got, what size Ada is it? I think it's 18 count Ada. It's got your pre-sorted threads, chart there, and there's usually a needle in as well, isn't there? So that's number 1. Number 2 is actually a pair. This is one of my mum's. I think she did open, she opened them? Oh no, these have never been opened either. She bought these at a craft exhibition and they were $22.99 each, so you've got sort of £46 worth of pattern in. So these are a pair. So you've got, that one's got hummingbirds on. It's really pretty. And that one's got a butterfly on. And I thought these needed to go as a pair together. So if you want these ones, that's number 2. And again, they're on, what's that, 18 count cream Ada. The thread isn't pre-sorted on this one. So you'll have to do that yourselves, I'm afraid. But it's got a little thing in, you know, to put your thread on. And it's got the chart, obviously, with it. So that's number 2. And then number 3 is actually another chart, and this is cats. This is called Kitten Caboodle. And there's 6 in here. I think there's 6. Yeah, there's the 4 that are on there. I love that one. That one is so cute. There's the 4 on there. And then there's the 2 on the back. I like that one as well. He's got a really cheeky face. So that's number 3. So, same as before. You can enter for 1 of them, 2 of them, all 3 of them. It doesn't matter. So just please in the comments write which ones that you'd like, and you can only win once. Obviously if I draw your name for the first one, then you can't win the second or the third. What date are we today? Let me have a look when I'm going to close it. We're at Tuesday the 7th, so I'm going to close it at midnight UK time, Tuesday the 21st of July into Wednesday the 22nd, so I'll have to put a reminder to remind me to draw that. So that's it. So I'm sorry that this update's late, but there were various reasons why I didn't get it done in time and I can't remember now. But there were. So yeah, I shall see you all in 2 weeks for the draw, for the giveaway. So have fun stitching, everyone. And if you're off on summer holidays anywhere, have a lovely time and think of me stuck in rainy old Horwich. Bye.